Ever wondered about one of the world's largest, most significant pilgrimages? I mean, seriously, massive. We're talking about Hajj today.
Yeah, going deep into the essence of Hajj, that journey to Mecca.
We're unpacking what makes this journey so central to Islamic faith and practice. For you today, drawing from a range of insights.
A whole bunch of really fascinating sources. We're looking at Quranic verses,
Oh yeah, and hadith?
the sayings and actions of Prophet Muhammad, plus scholarly analyses. I mean, this is a pretty deep dive.
It is. Our mission is to grasp the core significance. We're going to break down the key rituals, discover practical lessons, and address some common misunderstandings about Hajj.
Hopefully clear up a few things along the way.
Okay, so where do we even begin with something as huge as Hajj?
Well, Hajj is foundational. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and that right there tells you a lot about its importance.
It's a pillar, like belief, prayer, charity, fasting.
Absolutely. These are the essentials, the very building blocks of the faith, and this is straight from the Quran.
You mentioned some verses that lay this out for us.
Let's look at Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3, verse 97. It very clearly says, "And due to Allah from the people is a pilgrimage to the house for whoever is able to find thereto a way."
Okay, so 2 things stand out there. That divine instruction to perform Hajj, and that condition being able to make the journey.
It's not meant to burden anyone. If you can't, physically or financially, it's not obligatory.
There's a consideration for people's actual circumstances. What other light does the Quran shed on this?
Well, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 197, talks about how pilgrims should conduct themselves during Hajj. It states, "Whoever has made Hajj obligatory upon himself therein by entering the state of Ihram, there is to be for him no sexual relations and no disobedience and no disputing during Hajj." You're entering a very specific state of spiritual awareness.
Like stepping into a different zone.
Right, you could say that. Even the simplest actions are looked at differently during Hajj.
It makes you think.
And then there's Surah Al-Hajj, chapter 22, verses 27 and 28. This one throws open the doors. It's a universal invitation. "And proclaim to the people the Hajj pilgrimage. They will come to you on foot and on every lean camel. They will come from every distant pass, that they may witness benefits for themselves."
So we see the global reach of Hajj here. But it's that phrase, witness benefits, that intrigues me.
What do you think that implies?
Spiritual rewards, something tangible.
To really delve into that, we need to look at the hadith, the traditions of Prophet Muhammad.
Because those offer a deeper perspective.
Yes. For example, in Sahih Bukhari, one of the most respected collections of hadith, number 1521, states that performing Hajj with sincerity, avoiding any obscenity or transgression, will return you as if you were born anew.
Almost like a complete reset.
Exactly. You shed the burden of past sins, bad habits, harmful perspectives. You're renewed.
There's a real emphasis on inner transformation.
It's a huge part of it. And in Sahih Muslim, another very important collection, hadith number 1218 says, "There is no deed more excellent in reward than a good Hajj."
Wow, that's powerful.
It really highlights the spiritual weight of this pilgrimage.
So it's a journey of immense personal and spiritual growth beyond the religious obligation.
Absolutely.
So we've looked at the scriptural basis. What are the deeper meanings of Hajj?
Well, Hajj is all about spiritual purification and renewal.
Not just a set of rituals, but a journey of change.
Exactly. It's a profound inner transformation, and it showcases the unity of the global Muslim community, the Ummah.
You see images of those massive crowds and it really hits you, the scale of it all. People from all over the world.
From every corner, diverse backgrounds, united in purpose. It's really remarkable. And the ihram attire, that simple white clothing, that's a powerful symbol of unity.
A great visual reminder. No social hierarchies, everyone equal before Allah.
Exactly. And Hajj connects us to Prophet Abraham. The Kaaba itself is attributed to him, as mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 127. So performing Hajj, you're kind of walking in his footsteps.
Wow, tracing the roots of monotheism.
You could say that. The standing place of Abraham is even mentioned in Surah Al-Imran, verse 97, another connection to the Kaaba. And then the rituals themselves are full of meaning, like tawaf, the circling of the Kaaba.
That seems to be the most iconic image of Hajj.
It symbolizes the unity of all creation worshiping one God. Like everything revolves around this central point.
Fascinating. And what about Sa'i, the walking between Safa and Marwa?
That reenacts Hajar's search for water for her son, Prophet Ismail. It's a beautiful testament to her devotion and trust in Allah.
An inspiring story. It's amazing how these rituals weave together history, symbolism, and personal acts of devotion.
They're not just empty actions. And at the core of it all is submission to Allah.
Hajj as the ultimate act of surrender.
Exactly.
Okay, so for someone who's considering Hajj, what practical guidance do our sources offer?
Well, first and foremost, sincere intention, or niyyah. Hajj should be purely for Allah, with no desire for worldly gain or recognition.
It's a personal act of worship from the heart.
Yes, and education is vital. Pilgrims should learn about the rituals, the manasik, and their significance.
So it's not just about being there physically.
No, it's about understanding. There are great resources out there, like Manasik al-Hajj by Sheikh Ibn Uthaymeen. Knowing the how and the why enriches the experience.
Preparation is key.
Absolutely. And ethical conduct, or taqwa, is crucial throughout Hajj. Surah al-Baqarah, verse 197, reminds us to avoid disputes and sins. It's a time of heightened awareness.
Must be a challenge with millions of people gathered.
It can be, but the focus should be on unity and kindness towards fellow pilgrims.
Putting those Islamic values into practice.
Yes, and remember, guidance doesn't stop after the rituals. There's the crucial phase of post-Hajj reflection. Maintaining that spiritual growth is essential.
So the changes you experience should last.
Right. The lessons of Hajj extend to daily life. Think about the ihram, that simple attire.
Yeah.
It's a reminder of humility.
A powerful symbol.
And the challenges of Hajj, the physical demands, all of that builds resilience and patience.
Those massive crowds alone require serious patience, I imagine.
You're not wrong. And the unity experienced among pilgrims from all different places promotes inclusivity and challenges prejudices. Seeing that firsthand can really change you.
A global community brought together by faith.
And the constant recitation of Labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, here I am, O Allah, here I am, affirms dedication and obedience. It's a statement.
Like a guiding principle for life.
You could put it that way.
So these lessons from Hajj stay with you long after the pilgrimage.
They really should.
Now, there are a lot of misconceptions about Hajj out there. What are some that Islamic teachings clarify?
One big one is that it's only for the wealthy. The Quran emphasizes ability, but in a much broader sense. Not just financial, but physical and mental well-being too.
So being able to undertake the journey without facing undue hardship.
Exactly. And another misconception is that performing Hajj erases all future sins. It offers immense potential for forgiveness, but that doesn't give you a free pass.
It's a fresh start, but you still have to work towards righteousness.
Yes. The topic of women traveling without a mahram is often debated. While traditionally a mahram was considered important for safety, there are differing opinions now, especially for women traveling in large groups.
So it's more about ensuring safety and dignity in different circumstances.
This is a complex issue, and it's so important to understand that Hajj is more than rituals. It's a deeply spiritual journey.
It's about the heart and the intention behind the actions.
Exactly.
Now, what about some of the other key rituals we haven't covered yet? Like wukuf at Arafat.
Ah, yes, the standing at Arafat, a pivotal moment often called the heart of Hajj. There's even a hadith that says Hajj is Arafah. It's a day of intense prayer, repentance, and reflection, a reminder of the day of judgment.
That must be an incredibly powerful experience.
It is.
And what about Rami, the stoning of the Jamarat?
That's a symbolic rejection of shaitan, the devil, and the temptations to sin. It's about reaffirming your commitment to good.
So each ritual reinforces these core principles.
Absolutely. Which brings us to Hajj Mabrur, an accepted Hajj.
Which is more than just completing the rituals.
Yes. It's about sincerity, following the Prophet's traditions, and crucially, a genuine improvement in your conduct after Hajj. A transformation that's visible.
So the outward actions reflect inner change.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the reward, according to a hadith in Sahih Muslim, is paradise.
An incredible motivation.
Yeah.
Now, for those unable to physically go on Hajj, how can they connect with it?
Well, the spirit of Hajj is not limited to those in Mecca. You can still experience it by purifying your intentions and all your actions, just like those performing Hajj.
So aligning your motivations with the core principles.
Exactly. Learning about the virtues and rituals of Hajj deepens understanding, and you can support those going on Hajj.
Almost like participating in a way.
Yes. And fostering unity and compassion in your own community mirrors the spirit of Hajj. Practicing patience, humility, these all tie in.
Bringing those values into everyday life.
Exactly.
This has been a really fascinating look into Hajj. We explored its significance, the rituals, the practical guidance, and some common misconceptions.
It's such a central and transformative experience for Muslims around the world.
So as we wrap up, here's a thought to consider. Given the emphasis on unity and equality during Hajj, how can those principles shape our interactions in our own communities, even if we can't personally perform the pilgrimage.
We really encourage you to delve deeper into those Quranic verses and hadith we mentioned. And there are so many excellent resources out there, especially guides that explain the rituals.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.